Cuando ves la pregunta, si puedes desde la empresa primero. Good afternoon. I wanted to ask you about what way do you expect City to play tomorrow, after he said that tomorrow's a real final for them. Do you expect a more aggressive City, and what can you do to counter that? Good afternoon, everyone. I expect the same type of game as the last one. I don't think they can be any more aggressive in terms of pressure, because they were pressing us up to the stand almost. I expect the same script in terms of match. Two teams with similar objectives when we have the ball, to make the pitch as big as possible, to play good football and press high up the pitch. And if they leave spaces behind, then take advantage of those. They're identical philosophies. I think it'll be a very similar game to the first one we played. And hopefully we can overcome all the circumstances in the match to win. Hello, good afternoon. Marta from Raku. I'd like to know, how have your plans been affected by the players that you have out? I don't think that's an excuse. I think everyone has players missing during the season. I don't think you should think about players that you've not got. You should concentrate on the ones that you have. And I think I've said this during these weeks. We have a great squad, and I have complete confidence in my players. Marta Carreras from Catalan Radio. You've said that all Guardiola's teams arrive tired by the way they play. I don't know, after the 4-0, how do you see this match? I think it's a great opportunity for us to qualify tomorrow if we win here. Obviously it won't be easy, and then obviously we want to be first in the group, and that's our objective. But to do that, we'll have to play very well, as we did in the Camp Nou. We have to play well with and without the ball, which is difficult against a team like City, who know how to occupy spaces in the right way, and they don't like losing the ball. We're going to have to play at our top level tomorrow. And teams that come tired, I think we have a slight advantage given that we played the first match, but I think there are different things that come into matches when you play. I don't think we're necessarily as tired, but things will change in this match in comparison to the last one, and it's just about trying to manage moments in the game. But for us, it's a really motivating match. In the first match, did Guardiola surprise you leaving Aguero out? Which things might change now? We know that Aguero will start the match. How does it change in terms of danger to your defence? We're speaking to a strong team. I don't think it changes our attitude to the match. It will be the same for us. I don't think we have to talk too much about Aguero. I think we all know how well he plays. We know the national team as well. We have people here. Some people know him better than me. We know how good he is and how easy it seems to be for him to score goals. But I think the way we approach it in general sense doesn't change. Obviously, be pressured during all moments of the game. But the profiles of each individual players, we know. I would like to know if Duran is 100% tomorrow, and if he could start the match tomorrow, and how important is him to get him back after a couple of games. getting any player back is great news. I still don't know if he'll be 100% for tomorrow because we'll have a look during the training session. But I suppose he'll be okay, but we have to wait to see him train. But they're always great news. It's always a great piece of news when a player's back. Guillaume Balaguer. Do you believe that the analysis of the first match, that City played well and it was just a case of individual errors that caused the final result? Well, there are different analyses of that game. There weren't that many goal chances during the match. I think that the sending off was key in that match, and it's obviously clear that if you're playing with an extra man, then things are a little bit easier. But individual errors, I suppose, errors are just part of football, and that's something that happens, and it's difficult to evaluate whether or not this is a one-off error, or if it's an individual error, or if it's because the other team pressured them. It's difficult to highlight individual errors. It's difficult to say if it had been 90% of this or 10% of this, but anyway, I think that the result didn't really reflect the way that the match went. With players at this level, in any moment of the match, even when it's equal, the match, things can change very quickly. Quería preguntarte, porque tu equipo ganó, el City ganó 4-0 y ustedes lo ganaron 1-0, y ha viajado mucho en estos días. ¿Tú crees que esto da la oportunidad a Manchester City, a la confianza, sobre todo como juegan en casa? I think City have played a lot of matches when they didn't deserve not to win. They've gone back to winning ways in their last match, and it's always better to play a match when you've just won the previous match. But I don't think it's a determining factor. Now it's another competition, it's another match. And it's a short competition because there are only 6 games that you play. And obviously if you make errors, then you pay dearly for them. Whatever happens tomorrow, there are still 2 match days left and anything can happen. And we just have the objective of wanting to be first in the group, win here and finish first in our group. Hi Luis, Claudia Collada from Movistar Plus. Looking at the form that Rafinha's in at the moment, do you think he would be the best option to replace Andres Iniesta in the middle of the park? I think all my players, I'm very lucky to be able to choose from 4 to 5 players in that position. Dennis has played well, Rafa's obviously played well, Toralda's played very well, Andre, any of those players. I'm very lucky, very fortunate to have such a great option. You spoke about wanting to become first in the group. If you win tomorrow and you could be qualified for the last 16s, Rakitic seemed to be quite relaxed about it. But tomorrow, if you win, you'll be in the last 16. It's as important as you want to make it. If we're able to qualify tomorrow after 4 matches, then we've done very well. That's the objective. Then we can see what happens in the future. We only know how to play in one way, which is to go out to win. We try to beat our rival, what we have in front of us. If we don't win, if we don't get the points ultimately, then we'll just have to continue playing our own way. Wanted to ask you how you see Leo at the moment, psychologically, physically, and without speaking about the drama and the problems he has in the national team. I see Leo's looking good as always, and he brings the maximum he can to the team, and I think he's looking good, and he's looking forward to contributing to his teammates. La Premier tiene muchos de los grandes entrenadores, Mourinho, Guardiola. ¿Cuáles son tus pensamientos de quizás ser entrenador aquí en este país en el futuro? The future of trainers and managers is very, very unsure. You never know what might happen. The trainers come and go, regardless of what league we're talking about. The future will show us. I'm not really interested in about it at the moment. I just want to enjoy the present as much as possible at the moment, and that for me is very interested, and I'm very positive about that. I just want to enjoy that to the maximum at the moment. Remember that you said after the game in the Camp Nou that thank God there was only one Guardiola because it was very tiring playing that match. Is there a more difficult manager to face than Guardiola? No. No and yes, there are many. There are sometimes games that are more important than others. Normally those special games come with a good manager on the other side. I think Pep's Man City has a lot of things going for it. They can do many different things. And I think you need to adapt to their football so that you can press them. But they have a lot of good qualities. But obviously playing here, it's different because we know what we did against them. And I sense that there will be changes also because we know Pep and we know his ideas. We have to be very attentive to what they do because Pep, as a manager, will try to touch the correct key to get the result. I suppose for Pep it will be an enjoyable match also. Mariano Trujillo from Fox. Continuing with your response about tactics, is it very difficult that a team in 3 months becomes accustomed to their manager? Is it that important to press high up to create errors? It's important. There are different ways of doing things. One thing I can assure you of, we can be impressed by what he has done in 3 months at Manchester City. It's a team that goes to play at any pitch in the world to try and get the ball. I love the philosophy, I love his ideas, and he has had his impact in 3 months. And I'm sure that the team will get better and better. Every month that goes by, they will improve, and their players will improve. And I think the future for City is bright and attractive, and it will just mean that they will get better with their ideas and understand them more. You're here in Manchester in the same hotel where Mourinho lives. Just wondered whether you'd seen him at all, and if you have, would you like to chat with him for a while? No, I've not seen him. Yeah, I've had the opportunity to speak to him. I know him. He's, I value him as a person. Yeah, we bumped into him a lot of times. But tomorrow we have a match, so I'm sure he'll be working on his own work and I'll be doing my own. You can talk about Neymar, about his football, but the last few weeks we've spoken more about the controversy that have come, particularly in the Mestalla. What do you put that down to? That he lives football with a lot of passion? It's a bit boring, this question. I'm a bit sick of this. I just want to get on with the Champions League match tomorrow. last question. My question is, a lot of people want to reproduce the model of Barcelona, but the original is always the best. Is this for the players, or is it because there is a basic culture? But the first thing is the idea of the trainer, and then they will always try to transmit their ideas to their players, whether they're defensive or offensive. There's always a mix of both, and the results come because of the strength that the manager puts on this. Fortunately, there are different options for managers. Some things that the spectator enjoys more than others. But I think there are characteristics, like we want to have the ball all the time, but it depends on the profile of the players that you have. But it's important to be able to play well with the ball, even if you don't have stars. In Roma, we played very well. We were able to play football in the right way. It's not just for stars to play in that way. Anyone can play in that way by keeping the ball. But to be able to transmit something, you have to be able to feel it, and it has to be part of you.